Okay, so I know that this screen looks like really horrible, but I'm going to try to get this little segment done. It's kind of like a current events thing. So I want you guys to come over here and check out some of these links that I'm going to be doing. And it's Good Friday, as many celebrate. So that is a good thing. And it's always okay to celebrate Good Friday as this day. April 3rd, I believe, is where you celebrate like Passover and Christ's crucifixion and all that good stuff. But me and my kids and the family is going to celebrate. Today is Good Friday. We're going to make resurrection rolls and possibly some tomb cookies. And if you're curious about the resurrection roll recipe, it's super easy. But I can put a link down below. But you pretty much just get like some crescent rolls and big marshmallows and dip the marshmallows in butter, and then dip the marshmallow after you dip it in butter in the brown sugar, I think it is. It's like brown sugar and cinnamon, and or it's regular sugar and cinnamon. And then you put it in there and you wrap it up, symbolizing that Jesus went into the tomb, and or they wrapped him up and he was placed in the tomb, which is the oven. And then like, I guess you cook it, and then I heard you can leave it in there until like the next day, like you're supposed to do it at night. So in the morning they'll see when they cut open the roll, it's like hollow pretty much. So that's just something good you can do with your kids. If you don't have kids, it's something fun you can do yourself, because, you know, they sound pretty yummy. That's like partially the reason I'm going to be doing it. But, so check that out. Check some of the links out. I'm going to be going ahead and doing the current events thing right here. I had to do my screen separate. You guys don't want to see my craft room right now, my studio. Craft room / studio. It's a mess. So anyway, it's good to see you guys. Happy Good Friday. So we're going to get back into it. Guys, check out Mark 13 Records, episode 63. It's a good one. This has got some current events right here. Reports of leaflets targeting Jews in the Ukraine. So what is up with that, you know? We'll listen to a little bit of it.
And that it apparently is coming from somebody on the ground there among these radical groups, you know, either to stir fear or to create provocation justifying further violence. I would say also I spoke today to somebody who is connected with groups on the ground in Mariupol, and got a little bit of the same, you know, just the
So there's a lot going on in here, and Mark 13 is going to, you know, take you on a little study on why God hates Easter. You know, it's not that he hates Easter as many people think of from the Bible. He hates the paganism of it, which is the orgies and fertility eggs, the rolling of the fertility eggs. So if you don't know much about that kind of study, I would love for you to head over to the link that I have down below that's the Easter history. There's 2 parts to it. He's got some pretty cute, funny stuff in there that is not boring. I really enjoy this Easter video because it's really teaching about where Easter came from, the fact that it's, you know, not biblical as many people think, that's really Ishtar, not Passover, or a lot of people should call, you know, Resurrection Day. That's, you know, what I tell my kids to call it, or Jesus Day. And so anyway, I'm going to show you this clip because it's kind of funny from his video.
What with? Just keep
Who doesn't love Monty Python? So
there he is. Where? There. What, behind the rabbit?
Anyway, it's pretty funny because he's got these cute, funny clips in here.
You silly sod. Oh, you got us all worked up.
He got us all worked up.
Ordinary rabbit. That's the most foul.
Anyway, I just love that part. But he's got two parts to it. So check that out. Check out Mark 13. I'm going to have this link down below. Also, let's see. Easter history. When we were going to... Oh, yeah, something else. Putin answers questions during annual question and answer marathon with the public. This is pretty interesting.
Video message from a person American Secret Services, Edward Snowden. And the bulk collection of private records by intelligence and law enforcement services.
But you can check that out. I'll put the link down there below. He's pretty much asking if Russia does the same, or has tapping, spying, stuff like that going on. Let's see. Where'd it go? I guess, did I exit out of it? I suppose I did. But, no, it's at the beginning of this video. Alright, so we said the Jews in the Ukraine, alright? You check that out. Why is Jews coming up? As, you know, everything's getting back. History kind of repeats itself. It's about the Jews again. So I want you guys to check out Omegacube right here. He has a beautiful testimony, first of all. But second of all, he is very keen on just naturally understanding the whole Jewish stuff. And he has a very beautiful outlook on how people should look at other people, different races, types of people. Listen to this. It's just, I love this part.
And it is absurd to give them the same electoral power as the fully developed individuals, unquote. That's the battle. That's the battle of the pure blood Aryan versus the American way. Both have merits, and it's understandable what he's saying, but how can a government decide who's stupid and who can vote? Who's not good enough and who doesn't get to live?
We have the same problem with the elite.
It depends on who's in charge, right? So what if the Aryans were not in charge and we all decided the Aryans are the least subhuman people on the planet and we're going to kill all of them? What if the blacks were in charge and decided all the white people are subhuman and they're gone? Step into the other man's shoes. All of us are spirits and souls, and our flesh is just a cocoon on the outside. So this guy, Carol,
so you guys check that out. He is in this cabin. He found all of these articles and everything. He's got like a really neat story about all this, but he is a family member, if I remember right. So check out Omegacube. Check out his part 1 through 3 testimony analysis of propaganda. Siegfried. It's pretty good. Also, I want you guys to check out Just Thoughts, as always. Just Thoughts for Studies. Always check out his channel. See what he has on there. Firebrand Ministries. Let me see if I can get over here and show you guys some of my subscriptions. Alright, so Mark 13, Meet the Bible. Omegacube, Just Thoughts for Studies. Lexington Free Press, that's Mark 13's newsletter. I forget what this. Oh, this is. Okay, we got a few people over here. Suspicious observers. The reason I don't say this one right here is because I haven't seen a video in a while from him. Suspicious observers. You always want to check out his channel. He has something every single day, and he stays very well up to speed with earthquakes, spacequakes, the sun in particular, CMEs, like the solar flares, stuff like that. Everything will, affects us space-wise. So that's very... And of course, Firebrand Ministries rocks. He has really been keeping up with studies, and in the Book of Samuel right now, it's really good, and he even does a few other studies, especially like this one, like Woe unto them that are with child. So, and he has a lot of videos. And I always do the Alex Jones just because I like to stay up to date with what's going on. It's just, some of it can be very overwhelming, but like the whole thing with the whole Bundy thing in Nevada, people that support this are labeled domestic terrorists. When did being American and fighting for what's right label you a terrorist?
Very important story that just went up on InfoWars. White House counterterror chief from Homeland Security, that's Lisa Monaco, is saying that confrontational children could be terrorists. She's warning
confrontational children
to watch.
Yeah, see, I haven't even watched this video.
If their kids do something and maybe be a little bit rebellious, maybe they ought to call Homeland Security.
See, and that's sad because you know what? My child is in kindergarten, and he does not go with the crowd necessarily, and he might have a little ADD, he might be a little more emotional than most of the kids, but God made him the way he was made for a reason, and believe it or not, he is a lot more sensitive to people than most kids are. Most kids are not very sensitive to spiritual vibes, I guess you could say. So he's very sensitive to that kind of stuff. So I guess my child is something to look for. That's just crazy that that's even brought up, that children would be looked at as possible terrorists just because they have a bad attitude or they're going through a phase. Children, I mean, they go through stuff. But yeah, so always keep up to that. If you ever want to know what's going on in the world, you could always look up key things like today, earthquake. We just had one in Mexico. I don't know if I covered that. 7.5 earthquake in Mexico. You guys keep an eye on the Ring of Fire. Seriously. We want to keep an eye on it. Why do we want to keep an eye on it? Because, well, there's stuff been popping off all over here. It's been popping off here. Chile, Peru. Now, right here in this area. And, you know, do you guys remember Mount St. Helens blowing? That was a biggie. I'm not saying there's going to be necessarily anything like super catastrophic, but we always want to watch this. I mean, it's definitely getting more active, and you know, labor pains, that you know, earthquakes in diverse places is just, they're going off like almost daily now, and some of them are big earthquakes. And the volcanoes are erupting. Stuff's moving underneath the earth. There's stuff going on that you can't see. Sinkholes. I mean, you name it, people. Just think of all the weird things that have been going on.